ndithola i-call lapha then from one of the ministers. Intoni into uyithethe e-TV? Ndithi Mongameli, senditshilo. Uba ngaba ndifuna ukushaya manje, I would have started then 2 years back. So uba ngaba laa nto kufuna ngo-2024,
plana
mandiqale manje ndihamba nawe. Xa uhamba ndiyahamba, xa usima ndiyema. Wena waphuma ukoko. Wena wandithini? Undithuka phambi kwabantu bala. Wathi nguwe lo uza kum ngoba undithuka eTV-ni uthi mina ndi-corrupt kwathini. Yanyoshozele ungena elifti udemka.
King David Studio podcast.
We have with us a mind worker. You know, I told you that I'll profile people that I find interesting, but not only that, I'll also profile people whom I think their story will inspire us. It'll get us thinking in a different way. Because, Tina, in South Africa, we grow up thinking that it's impossible to become successful in a real way, not just getting a job at Discovery or whatever. Being a proper success in an industry that you only dreamed of or you only imagined yourself working for, but not necessarily being a part of the owners of that industry. Today, we have someone who, his life story, when I read it, I couldn't believe it. I said, Musnami, I can do this. Well, he'll tell us. Mxolisi Hoboyi, I have to say his name right. How are you?
No, I'm fine, sir. And how are you, David?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for making it.
Right.
Your story should be turned into a book, and young people must be given the story so they can read it.
Yes, definitely. I'm in a process of writing a book. So probably then I'm sitting at about 98%.
Okay, not far.
Then for the book then to be completed.
Yeah.
And I was supposed then to launch then the book 1st of May then this year. But then there were delays in finalizing then the book.
Yes.
Because of when I was about to go out, to go and launch then the books. Some incidents then happened. So I felt that it is important that now, hang on a bit. Now I want to include then this, on this book. It's very important.
Because now when you're about something else, you need to get to that point. And your story is interesting. What do you do now? Like, you're wearing a suit, you look nice, and you even made me go wear a shirt. What do you do now?
No, well, I'm serving then as a board member now. Then of the Arnott Opco mine. It is in Mpumalanga. Then it's a mine that is producing coal, supplying then the Eskom power stations then with the coal. And also then we are venturing then to take our coal then to export market. As you know that the export is crazy now.
Yes, with no,
Yeah, so now I'm wearing like this, and so I go have meetings then with people, discuss then business opportunities then with people, then at some stage then market then our business so that it can make, it can attract then the people so that they can come and invest in our business. So then that is my daily work.
Daily work, yeah. Yes. How much education do you have?
The education that I have, it is just only then the matric, so I've never gone post matric, so then I only stopped then at standard 10.
You know why I asked that question? Because you just told us, you're board member, you're mine. You're negotiating to export coal to other countries, and clearly you're not a mine worker per se. So give us a bit of that. Where were you born?
But I was born Eastern Cape. In a small village or town, you call Tsolo. It's in the OR Tambo district. In that OR Tambo, then there's a small municipality, then locally, then you call it Mxolisi local municipality. In a small village, then by the name Imbuto.
You'll be surprised. I'm actually quite familiar.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with that neighborhood. I had to drive around there for a certain project, so it's very familiar.
Is it?
Yes, but go ahead.
I so wish it's not my project.
No. Well, I wish it's your project.
Okay.
But go ahead, tell us. Yes.
So I was born there. Ndakhula ke then as a young boy, very naughty at some stage,
What is naughty to you? Like example?
Naughty in a way of I was a stick fighter.
Okay.
And so nalapha emanqindini
Yo.
with some of the boys and even at home, so if I see then things that are being left carelessly, so I'll repossess then those things.
Was told.
Yeah, I was told. But one thing that I can assure you, whereby I was just only stealing with things.
Of course, you were.
But I've never been in a situation whereby outside then my home, house we're staying. I mean the house then.
Of course, yeah.
So I've never. So lento yontshontsha amazambana enyama, you take meat.
I have a story.
Yeah,
we all have a story.
So when bapheka inyama ubala inyama uyifaka epokotheni uhamba nayo. Sometimes igravy yehla la. So I grew up in that environment, a deep rural then of the Eastern Cape, and I went to Lepan Junior Secondary School. So you will bear with me because these grades I might have a problem.
No.
With,
I don't know them. Naminyaza standard.
I'm a standard.
Yeah.
So then I from Lepan then standard A. So then my first teacher then was my mother. So then who happened then to be a teacher. And then ndafunda ke yabona ndifundiswa nguye, then up to standard 7. Then after standard 7 then I proceeded then to Troublesome Senior Secondary School, then standard 8, then up to standard 9. Then I then left the Eastern Cape, I think it was in 1999.
With not completely matric yet.
Yes. Not completely then in Troublesome. Yes, you're correct. And then I left then the Eastern Cape 199. One of the reasons that made me then to leave Eastern Cape then by that time, I realized that look, I was getting old. And I was this useless chap then within then the community, at some stage then if I'm not drunk then I'm babalaza. If I'm not babalaza then I'm drunk.
How old were you then? Were you over 20?
No, I went to circumcision school then when I was about 16. And then it was between 17 and 18 to 19 years, somewhere there.
After circumcision school,
Yes. So if I'm not drunk, like I said earlier on, I'm babalaza. I'm from babalaza to get drunk, or from
the other way around.
I was always then then around then those vicinities. So utata was born in 1911. So I'm from that seat. The very strong one. So he had abafazi by 2. So then was taller then by 10. Then the first wife then had about 6. So she passed on, and then my mother then came in, and so then saw by 4. Were
you born when your mother came into the picture?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So now I'm the last born.
So you're the last of the last.
Yes, I'm the last born.
The very last.
Yeah, very last.
You.
And so I lost my father then when I was 8 years.
Yeah.
So I can recall a little bit of my
your dad.
Father,
yeah.
And so lakhula kanjalo with them from that family, and unfortunately or fortunately, it is only me then who doesn't have then the tertiary education. Then
really
4 Can you believe it?
Jeez.
You know.
What was it? Were you able to work well together, the 6 and the 4? Was it a
Yes,
close
definitely,
knit
definitely,
family?
definitely.
Yes.
We never had issues. Even today, we've got a group,
A WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group, and we
Yes.
talk, and then we tell that now, I don't know how you call it.
What is that?
Chogo,
It's Lungu.
what to call it, Chogo.
Help
Someone
us.
then who like to create problems.
Oh, yes.
You
Yeah.
know, so
yeah.
we don't want it then that
Okay.
in the family. So we're all one. You know? We tell ourselves that now then we were born then from that man. And my mother, for an example, then never created then problems, you know, for the first wife of my mother, you know.
Exactly.
She doesn't even know, you know. So, I mean, would have problem then provided now my mother then was the one that made then the first one then to lose.
Yeah, born.
So unfortunately then she came when then this one have already passed on.
Yeah.
So that makes us then to be united then as a family. So I'm the last born, and then happen then to be the one that look after them, and by grace of God, basically.
Yes.
So I look after them and as the family. And so like I was saying that it's only me then who doesn't have then the tertiary education. Then my sister, then they were always then pushing, hey, please go to school. They were taking care of me. They would give me money, then I would use then the money then to buy alcohol, dacha, you know, all of those kind of things. That is why normally when I tell them the people, then I know all of these things, the dacha.
All of that. Yes. Lavantwana, who passed away very recently now at a 14.
I understand exactly what they are thinking, how their thinking is.
Tell me, give us a picture. Because you describe yourself as one of those type of children who would have gone to the shebeen.
You know, when you are the problem about the youth, they don't think far. They think now, you know. They don't digest then what they are thinking. They think now, they implement it now.
Yeah.
You know, deal about the consequences later. I can tell you, then those that were there never anticipated, you know, that this is what might happen, when they go there. So, but now when this thing then happened, you know, then it is only now that, yes, as why did I come here in the first place? You know, I can tell you then that is one that was in the mind, that was in their mind when they were
going through that
trauma. It's quite very terrible.
Ooh.
And also, like, they don't want to be told, you know.
Were you like that?
I was exactly then like that. Now you're telling me, then I will tell you that no, what you're telling me, then I know better than you. You see, so you tell me that don't do this thing. The first question, what's going to happen?
Yes.
You know, tell me. And now, this youth for now, these days, they engage. You know,
they talk back.
Yeah, they give you.
Yeah.
You see, you know, I remember then my son. So I was talking to him, shouting at him, you know. I shouted at him, you know, and so he then came close to me. What difference then would it make?
How old is
shouting at me, you know, by that time I think that he was 11, 12, somewhere there. I said, now what difference then this thing wouldn't make? Shouting at me rather than just telling me straight, tell me that you don't want then this.
Is that him saying that?
Yeah, I will understand. But now you're shouting at me. So what are you trying then to achieve? Yeah, you're just making me nervous. You know, and I said, okay.
Did you learn a lesson?
No, I continued, you know. But now then when I was alone, I then said, hey, this boy have called me into order. You know, you have dealt with me, you have paralyzed me.
Completely. You had to show him in that moment that you're still...
Yeah, I said, no, I was in charge because of that is leadership, you know. So that is what I've learned. And I think probably then I'm going to get into that as we continue then. It was all about how you provide leadership.
That's it.
That's what have put me then where I am now.
Yeah. It's interesting. You know, I want to go back to the time growing up in your neighborhood. What type of... You said it's deep rural. How rural are we describing it all at that time?
You know, at that time, then there was no electricity. You know, then the first thing that I can tell you, the roads then were bad. You know, we were like using then
bucket toilets.
Yes. No, not bucket toilets. The bucket toilet is something nice. Because of I first saw it then when I came then to these townships. Then by that time you would just go to the toilet.
To the bush.
And if I would tell you, then I know. Then I've experienced then that thing that where you go. And you go then to help yourself, so you don't have then something then to clean up yourself.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, you'll take grass,
yes.
And wipe yourself, and then you continue.
Wow.
Then life is normal, and even then the old men were not thought of these hygienic things, So it is only now then I'm becoming now. When you bring something to me, then it's when I apply then this hygienic thing and say no, man. But by that time we were someone then when we go to. Say for instance now then bahlabe inkomo, so then there's a cultural thing. So we'll go there and you would see then the old man then going right behind then the crawl and then ewuchama phaya yabona and ayibuya kusikela lenyama uyatya and nale nyama ayikusikelayo uyibamba ngesandla uyifaka emlonyeni kuwe.
Now you carry on.
You carry on. That is what made us strong at some stage because
immune system
then was strong. It's only now then we just get sick of petty things.
That's incredible. Yes. So, but in the family, when you were the one who wasn't going to school, wasn't there anyone who was trying to encourage this thing? Oguti, Ntwana, you have to do this. You have to go to school.
Yes, my brother also that time. And Beleshane, and together with the system.
But they didn't win.
They were encouraging me, then go to school. They were always threatening me then to say that you're going to go and work in the mines. You see? Now, that time then working in the mines then was regarded as someone then who have failed. And I'll tell you then a very sad story.
Yeah.
About then the apartheid. When you were in Transkei then by that time, I think General Romesa then was the president of Transkei then by that time, all the way up from Matanzim. So you would go to school from standard 8 then to standard 7, from standard 7 then to matric, standard 10. So now if you fail, then standard 7. So you will be told that this guy then is not smart here. Take him then to Ngqungqushe.
Okay.
So then Ngqungqushe then was a college that was in the Sigi in the Eastern Cape. So now, when you go there to that school, your self-esteem then is already then been down because you were told that this school is a school then for the people then who are not smart here.
Yeah.
So in Transkei then, if you're smart, then you'll go to matric and then go to college, then become a teacher, become a
nurse,
police,
doctor, all of that,
a soldier, and all of those things. So working in the mines, was something that we knew that. They will tell you, as mine, look, it doesn't have nothing, Now, what would happen is that once then you fail standard 7, or like, say for instance, now you can't make it standard 4, standard 3,
Like
so you stay home, not continue then with your education. No one then is going to encourage you then to further your studies. Then they said, hey, una 7 or you're 10 years, then you are still on A. So so you will wait then till you get about 17, 18 years, then you start to tap and then you come to Goli. Now when you get to Goli, now you will work as a general worker, as Umalaisha in the language of the mines, So you will never grow. You will never then become successful because you don't have education. Now, go then to a stage whereby then you go to Ngqungqushe, Ngqungqushe then there was a public works department in the Eastern Cape. So they used to go and fish then the people then from that college and get employment then from the government.
Okay.
But not all of them. So now when you go to that school, if you have not made it then to standard 7, thanks my mother then she made sure that now we, so if you do not make it.
So you made it
7,
past standard 7.
Yes, I went past standard 7 then all the way. Then when you are in standard 7 and then you could not make it, and even standard 6 at some stage, what hey, mthatheni nimsengqungqushe.
Yo.
Akana timing, akazi.
So was that a scary statement?
Yes, a scary statement.
Yes.
By the time then you get into that college, your self-esteem then is down.
Ooh, yeah.
Because of you have already told you that this college is a banqisi. You see?
Dom.
Dom, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? When I came then to Mpumalanga, arriving in Mpumalanga, now I have artisans here, Now I get them to understand a different way of, because of those people that are artisans. Some, they don't even have standard 7.
That's it. They just know
what they did
Yeah.
when he was in standard 6. He's just taken straight then to EFET college, By now, it's an EFET college, but that time it was a college, Then bamfundisa ugesi, they will train him, then plumbing and all of those things. Go to the mines and then employ them as an artisan, So the artisan is more
is
getting
better.
paid, is better than the teacher in the Eastern Cape. You understand what I mean?
Jeez.
So now, when you would go, because of those artisans, for an example, I remember my sister, by that time, I can't remember then the year, salary then was around 9,000, somewhere there.
Okay.
But I was surprised because of the artisans here, who are less educated than her, but they were earning close to 30,000.
Sure.
I said, no, man, come on, Then in the Eastern Cape, then we were confined. That the only thing that you can do, is to go and do university and then work hard. As if you can check even now, that education system in the Eastern Cape, is still not yet been completely phased out, because the mindset of the people there, they always think that they must go to standard 10, then after standard 10, then they go to tertiary. And I had to go and promote then the mining, particularly then in my municipality, then so that the people then can know that now there is future then in the mining industry.
And that future is not necessarily with a university degree.
Yes. It is not that you have to have a tertiary education. Like I was saying, then I left.
Yeah.
Then the Eastern Cape. Then after then when I was in standard 10. So
but what encouraged that move? What something must have encouraged that?
Okay. So what happened is that when I think I was about 22, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere there.
Yeah.
When I was 22, so my first daughter, Ulona Hoboyi, she was about to be baptized at church, in church. And so my mother then had to go and borrow shoes then for her. And next door.
Yo.
And now the tattoo now. So the mnigezara then in our church. So you mthatha umntana then you pass then umntana then to umfundisi. So that
yes,
she
that
can
that moment.
Yes. Now then she was kicking on me, and it was umthetho that it is a parent that must
hand over the child,
over then the child then to umfundis and kicked. And then I tell myself, no, what type of a man I am that I'm going to have this age, have umntana that is uzayobolekela isihlangu next door. No, man, I think time is to, I must change. I need to change because if I don't, and I'm gonna be in trouble. And I phoned then my brother, cousin brother, who was in Secunda, and working in the Vengelhag mines.
Okay.
I told him, Mzala, no, man. Hey, awuzame Mzala, man. No, kuyabheda. So I want to come to Johannesburg, this side. So yonke indawo ke Eastern Cape.
I know.
So sibiza ngeGoli yonke. Wathi useMpumalanga sithi iGoli yonke. As long as ugibele ebhasini weza ngapha. Uya Rustenburg uya kuphi
eGoli yawo. I understand.
Ibala lathi yase Rustenburg. Wathi uze Rustenburg but hey uhlala eMarikane lo. That is how then we pronounce that.
So you said you wanted to come eGoli.
Oh, I wanted them to go to Cape Town first.
Okay, why?
See, because now most of the people from Eastern Cape, then they were more favoring than the Cape Town side. So my sister, Tembi, that way, was said, no, not Cape Town, So now she saw something because of she knew then how I used to, behave.
Yeah.
So now then the Cape Town then was gonna finish me off.
Sure.
But no.
But why is it? Why was Cape Town popular? Do you know?
The Cape Town then was popular because it's almost then closer speaking. You're
not too far.
Yeah, no, it's far from.
No, but you're not far from your people.
From your
language,
your language and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and now then Cape Town then was like you go there then today and then the following day you get employment. So it was popular then in that sense. And so now my cousin brother then agreed. No, come here. So I came.
Yeah.
I started then staying in the hostel.
Where did you go? Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga.
Yes.
Yeah, in Secunda.
Yes.
I stayed there, then I worked then for, I think, he was a shop steward, I think I arrived on the 16th of September, I remember, the 17th of September, then I was employed then in the gold.
Yeah.
But that employment then had some controversy then around it, so it has to be stopped.
Oh,
because of there was a union interference, and then my cousin brother was the chairperson then of the NUM then by that time in the mine. So now they said no, look, then this thing it can't continue. So then we were
nepotism.
Yes, nepotism. So now we stopped. You know? And so I then went then to, I think I remember now, I went to to Secunda, looking then for employment because of the time then was running against me. So then now, luckily, I went to Click's store. So at Click's store, then I met then a lady then by name Pilaveti. Pilaveti then said no. She was a floor manager at Clicks in Secunda. I said, hey Pila, I'm looking for employment. What do you know, man? Hey, we don't have employment here at Clicks, but okay, just turn around in the corner. There's a game store here.
Okay.
So go there, then you will get employed. So I went. Then I got employed then in the game stores. And I worked then from 1999 at game stores. From 1999, December 1999, then all the way. But what happened is that in January, because of now, I was employed then as a temporarily, because of, remember, about December then.
Festive.
Yeah. So luckily then, what made me then have to come back, because I didn't know that I was only employed then for that short period of time in December. So, but they tried then to get hold of me then when I was in Eastern Cape, but they could not, to tell me that I mustn't come on the 2nd of January.
Oh.
Because of now, this was a temporal job.
So
now I went then on Wednesday. On the 3rd, I think it was on the 3rd if I'm not mistaken. Can't figure out then the floor manager wanted them to turn me back. I said, no, we told you, but anyway, because of now then people then are not at work. Okay, some are at work.
We told him about Petty Papalas.
You see, Papalas festive. So I worked again.
Okay.
Then when I was working there, I said, no man, let me go back then to Click Store.
Again. Why did you want to go to
Click? Yeah. Say Click Store, Pilaveti. I said, hey Pilaveti. I don't know whether now you can still remember me. I'm here then to say thank you very much, because I'm working at Game now. I came here to look for employment. Then you told me that I must go to Game, but I'm here then to say thank you. I said, oh, well, I really appreciate then what you're doing. So that is a friendship that I started then to have then with her. So then she had a store in one of the location there, the township there you called Mbalenhle.
Okay, yes.
So now then I used then, so now the experience that I was having then with the merchandising at Game, so I used to go then to her shop and help then in the shop.
Wow.
So I worked then with her, so I would knock off at 5 o'clock. So instead of going to my place where I'm staying, then I would go then to her store and help there. So her husband then was a general manager. There comes the nepotism again. General manager then at Arnott Mine.
Okay, wow.
Arnott Mine.
Yes. where you are now a board member.
Yes.
So many years later, but keep going.
So he was a general manager there, Mpumalanga. Now, I got my wife. Actually, I met my wife in 2000. Later, Kaya, Nganazo.
That's quite early. That's when you just arrived.
Ndimthole ngo-99 azange ndimchithele isikhathi ndimthole ndithe safika ngo-99 ndambona ebhayizabhayizanyana lapha yabo then ndavuka naye.
And now ubhayiza wongazi nokwazi ukuthi what is what.
No, nami sesibuyele emakhaya but ndibona ngathi uhlakahlakaniphile kanti ndingabamba bana mthole ebhayizanyana naye ngena lapha yabo. So then ndadibana naye then from 2000 and from 2000 met in 2000 and we continued together and having a relationship. And 2004, then Pilavit then said to me, no, look, man, I think it is time then now because of I know your girlfriend later. And later then is a very quite disciplined woman, you know. So then this might be your wife,
yes.
You know. What's your take? I said, yes, of course. But unfortunately, you know, I'm working at game store, so I cannot risk then Tatum Faz. You know?
Mali.
Yes. Oh, what? Okay, no, it's fine. We'll see. Then she spoke to Budmongis.
Yeah.
So then by that time, then I knew actually she introduced me then to Budmongis.
Yeah.
Then Budmongis then went the general manager here, and then they phoned me in the mine, then telling me that then there was a position then of a general worker.
What does a general worker do?
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Uhlabi.
Is it better than game?
Yeah, it's far better.
Really?
It's far better because of now my paycheck at game was 250 rand a week.
Yo.
And
that's 1,000 rands or so a month. Yes.
And in the mine, then my first paycheck was 5,000 rand. So what a huge difference, 4,000.
That's it changes your life.
It changed my life, you know. It changed my life like this. I said, okay, let me not waste time here. You know, otherwise, it wasn't buy this up. Then by that time, then she was doing a tertiary education here at Val Triangle Technical in Secunda. I don't know how to call it now. So I was employed then in May.
Yeah.
May.
2004.
Yeah, 2004.
Yeah.
May. I just told myself that beg imali ke. You know, into ndifuna olobola ke.
Sure.
Then I beg imali, you know, May, June, July, August, September, October, you know, laba not the right much. Yeah.
Ndiyamthanda. Yeah. Where was she from?
She was from original then. She was born in the Eastern Cape.
Okay.
And but her father then was working in Sasol mine.
Yes,
mine Secunda, yes.
Oh, Secunda, yeah, of course.
He was working there. So now, how I got her?
Yeah.
So I was with one of my friends, Stembele, may his soul rest in peace. Stembele then kusekho lama container we Vodacom yabona
yes.
So ndiyambona uboya bhayiza ugcoke ibhrukwanyana ebomvu.
Yeah.
So xa sisayo noSithembele ne ngongisasebenza egame ude uyambona la mntana yazi utatakhe. I know her father.
Yeah.
So we are then from a family enomthetho. If you can get Lamdan, I can tell you will go far.
Oh.
You know, that's what he told me. Oh, okay.
And then you were umzwile.
Yeah. Then I went kuye xa ndifika lithi kunjani andisayindixelele negama lakhe. Kunjani hayi right. Oh, okay. Wena lithi ngumntaka Ntonga mntanam. I don't time then to play. I love you.
And yasha.
I've got intentions.
Yeah.
You know. Now, so she had to be on probation then for about 4 years.
And
waiting then for that to happen. But I was very disciplined. Because of now my wife, my girlfriend, so I was always then with her. That is why I was his pillar, ne?
Yeah.
Then saw then that.
Unbonile ukuthi
abantu basala obayi-2 babhayizisane yabo.
I want to go back to a time in your life and trace the change in your mind from lentwana le yokuphuza nebhabalasi to this new guy who is disciplined and straight, can you trace the change in your state of mind? And what happened?
I think let me fast forward, then you will get then the change where it got in my mind. Though that, like for instance, I told myself that I need to work hard now.
Yeah,
you see,
it's that church moment.
Yeah, it started there. I need to grow up. So then time is running against me. Now that's the first change. Then the second change then is through my wife. Who was my girlfriend then by that time. She played a very important role then in changing then the mindset, my way of thinking.
Of seeing
things.
Life.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she played a very important role, my wife. And so I get employed then in the mining, through Mpumalanga as a general worker, Malaysia, when the Hlabi Focholo.
Do you go down underground?
I was working underground.
Yeah.
Down underground.
So Sfanagalo Sako is not bad.
Oh, my dad. Mina tshela wena. Mina tshela mina hamba. Lo skhathi mina khuluma nofanagalo. Mina hamba. Mina tshela yini mina yenza lo skhathi yenza fanagalo so. Mina nqaba hayi wena ziyenza lo job wena tshela mina to yenza.
That's amazing. You had to learn.
Yeah, I had to learn then that fanagalo because of amazing then in the mining industry. Those people then are good in sabotage. Though that they would understand. Sometimes then what I learned there, because of now I understood English. So, but when I got there, trying then to speak English, then they were telling me that, oh, you think that you're clever. So the instruction then, this white man then will give it to me. You see, when I go and pass then the instructions, no, asimzwanga bekhuluma nawe. And even khulumisa ngesinobabini, but so you do the job yourself. So if you want us then to work with you, you must be Fanagalo.
You must be with one of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I worked underground, then as a general worker, then I get promoted then to be a CM operator, then the machine, the continuous miner.
Were you general worker for a while though?
I was a general worker then for about 2 years.
That's quite a while.
Yeah, then get promoted then to be a CM operator, then the one that cuts then the coal, the continuous miner, then they call it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I worked on that machine for about 2 years.
It's better pay, better life.
Paid. Yeah. It's better paid now. Yeah. So, okay. My first year then getting into the mining industry, then I joined then the National Union of Mine Workers.
Yeah, NUM.
NUM. Giant union.
Of course.
Officer Ramaphosa, Kgalema Motlanthe.
All of them.
All the
Mantashe, yes.
Yeah, those are the general secretaries of that union, starting from the president. The first general secretary is the president, Cyril Ramaphosa. The second is Kgalema Motlanthe.
Yeah.
The third general secretary is Gwede Mandashe. Then the fourth general secretary then is Frans Baleni. The fifth, may he so rest in peace, then David Spoons, then followed then by Comrade Ule Mababa now, as we speak. So that is a generation of 6 general secretaries. So I joined then that union.
Okay.
When I joined then that union, so you have to be 3 years. Full member then before you get elected into a leadership.
Okay.
You see. So now the 4th year, so then there were elections. So I was active then in politics. Let me tell you something. Very, 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 very important. When you get into these areas, particularly then people then knew that I was from Eastern Cape. So by virtue that I'm from Eastern Cape, and then that Eastern Cape then is a home of legends. You see, the Nelson Mandela. So they said that, yes, this is the smartest guy that we've ever had. Because another generation, your Mandela,
yes.
And like I was sharp in politics, but I was not good as Nelson Mandela, but they associated me because of I'm from Eastern Cape, then now leadership in the Eastern Cape and all of those kind of things. So I got elected.
So there is a belief that and because as you put it in the mining, I've always asked myself, why is it that you find there's so many Xhosa speaking people who have led so many of these type of movements.
Yes.
And you're saying, well, there's people who were saying, internally,
yes, because now we are lapha, yabona, and lapha by frostani politics.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are not sharp, you know, but it's a mindset of the people. So now yours is to prove them correct. So no, I can do it. So I got elected.
Jeez.
And then I led then the
to what position?
To a secretary.
Okay.
Branch secretary.
Yeah.
I got elected then to a branch secretary. That was in 2008 conference. Figure 2004. So I was 4 years. 2008. Then get elected then to a conference and okay, now full time in the office running then the affairs of the union.
Are you now doing mine work stuff as well?
Yes, okay. Let me explain then that thing. Then the Chamber of Mines and the unions negotiated at chamber level that if you get elected, those mines that were on the Chamber of Mines negotiating, bargaining, negotiated that now if you are a secretary of the branch, so now you get pulled out underground. If you're working underground, you are in office in full time so that you run then the affairs of the union, but the mine pays your salary.
Ah, that's what happens. Is it still the same even now?
Still the same as we speak now.
Okay.
Then the first term, which is now 2008 to 2009. 2009, then I was deployed then to the Mine Workers Provident Fund.
Okay.
That fund then had about 28 billion assets.
Imagine that.
You see? So I started then to serve there then as a trustee. Served then as a trustee, then ultimately then became a board member.
Yeah, okay.
Now, the change now, which I said I'm going to get into it. Franz Marlin then was a general secretary of the union then by that time. When we go to meetings, you would not come then to France, Fagamateki, you know, Faga Gypsy, Faga Zongi Push and all of those things. Then Marlin then did not like the nothing. He used to tell us that now when you come then to the meeting, you must be representable.
Yeah.
You know, so when people then look at you, you must just first convince them that person. That is why you say, like, for example, wherever then I go, I wear them like this, you know, and so that when I come to you, so you must be convinced that now this is a man. Because if you know, then the attire, the way that you wear, convince people then to say, oh, this type of a person that I'm dealing with then is like this.
That's why I went and put on a shirt. I saw you and hey, think
so Baleni then inspired me.
Wow.
Baleni then made sure that I'm his project. Teaching me, he's a general secretary of the union. I'm at the branch level. But he made me then a project, more specifically than telling me then how to behave when you're a leader. What is it that you must say as a leader? What is it that you must not say then as a leader? One of the best principles, never lie.
Yeah.
Never lie. Tell then the members what they don't want to hear, as long as then you are telling them then the truth.
That's it. Let them decide. Yeah.
So I continued then in that understanding. So then you would at some stage when phoned me, you know, checked me, then we happened then to be same clan, Chola. So he's Chola, then I'm Chola now.
Wow.
So then that is why now he has a very soft spot with me.
Yeah.
And writing reports, you know, so I would at some stage, hey, Chola, I'm writing then this report, I'm going to do this. And when I go to media, and I'm going to tell you then the time then I get introduced then to the SABCs, the NCA, and all of those media houses. So now there was a resolution then in the union that we must do then this campaign. So when you're campaigning, there's something, the project that we've identified. So you must make sure that you call then the media. So now when I call then the media, the SABC then have to interview me. Then I will ask him, hey, Zola now, how must I respond on this? I even do, even now, yeah, man. Unfortunately, then before I came to you, I did not. Yeah. So I would say that once, for an example, now last week, then I was in Radio 2000.
Yeah.
And on Monday, then I'm going to Metro FM. So I've already spoken to him. Yeah. So he would always then tell me then those kind of things that this is how then you must behave then as a leader. And it hurts me, because the mindset and everything, So I was elected then in the union then for a period of, for 3 terms,
Wow.
The first term, the second term, then the third term. So it took me about 3 years, 3 years, What made me then to be elected is because of I was not lying to my people. If I take long time then to believe that this is water.
Yeah.
Once I'm convinced that ngamanzi la, and I'm right, I can't change.
You will sell this to many people.
I stand then for what I believe on.
Yeah.
By that time then, I started then working then the mine. It was ASCs then by that time. And then ASCs then became Exaro.
Yes.
And
Exaro becomes something else later on.
Yes.
It becomes, what does it become?
Not OPCO.
Of course, yes.
Now, what happened is that 2015, there comes then this state capture thing.
Oh, yes. When the Guptas were buying coal mines. Yes.
I'm going to say then. Now, when they were buying then, when they were busy, I got a call then from Dr. Nombasa, who is the current CEO of Exaro as we speak now. Nombasa, Mxolisi, I want to talk to you. Then by that time, then I was leading then the union. I've led many strikes in the union,
Were you a troublesome guy?
I was definitely then a very troublesome person. But you know what? If I want a particular decision then to be taken in the meeting, I know then which button then to press.
Yes.
I know then, the bamba,
it's working.
Even when I go to the mass meetings, I want a particular decision then to be taken. If I want to talk about David, anizokubiza ngegama, but ndiza kudescribe. You see,
abaqede wazazi ukuthi ukhuluma ngayo.
Xa bajika bakujonga abuhleli khona. You see, I will even describe you then how you walk. Umuntu afika ukuzoba. So now then the workers will know, le ndoda kuthethwa ngayo iyolia.
She's good at tactics.
Tactics, the conspiracy, theory that the NUM, I don't want to mention people's name, but they always then teach us then how to conspire.
Wow.
The conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Uba ngaba ndifuna ukushaya manje, I would have started then 2 years back. So uba ngaba na ndikufuna ngo-2024.
Plana
mandiqale manje ndihamba nawe. Xa uhamba ndiyahamba. Xa usima ndiyema.
Awuboni
ngasemva xa uhlala phansi ndihlala phansi.
Aboni ukuthi
busy ngawe ndihamba nawe. Yazi abonza kushaya khona, So because uba ngaba na ndikufuna manje ndifuna ukushaya manje ndiyenza manje. Ndathi ndiyabamba ndibamba uboya. Uhambile, So that is what I used to do.
Wow. And you learn this with time, obviously.
I learned this with time. That's why, like, for instance, now, you can't, these union guys, I respect them. And I love my union, the NUM. I always then say that my union. But when it comes to me and bullshit me and say, no, this is the workers that are saying this. No, you lie. Chief is you.
The
workers can't say what you are saying.
You know the difference.
Yeah, I know. Currently there's this strike of the Eskom.
The Eskom strike.
Yeah, the Eskom strike.
Yeah.
I know very well,
who's pressing the buttons? So you're thinking that maybe the current strike is not the masses? It's possible. It's possible that it's the...
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And yesterday I met them somewhere.
Yeah.
Then those people then were gone. But I know how to, as a leader, you've got influence to your people.
True. Yeah.
If you don't want, they will not. You see? So now you always then used to tell us as a good leader, you must be able then to mobilize people and then demobilize them at the same time.
Yeah, you must have ability to do both.
To do both of those things.
Yeah.
You know, like for instance, Balen used to tell us, never allow the strike that is going to start eating on you. You know, put a strike 7 days, you know. He used to say that's a grass chopper strike, you know.
Okay.
A grass chopper strike.
Yeah,
exactly. Grass chopper strike, so.
Oh, I see.
Asihlali.
Mashlala.
Yeah, bahlala siyahlupha yakani bazawuphonyuka.
Hey.
Bazawuphonyuka.
Yeah.
So shaya manje. Okanye manje usethusezela. Madoda. Zanibamba ndabakhulula.
Chunks must strike start isikhathi esithi kunenkinga enkulu.
Kunenkinga.
Yeah.
You lose control. I mean, it's natural, but I can tell you now. Once a city 10 days.
Yeah.
Bakhona basebethi no. Awusena control yabantu bonke.
That's
you
true.
Know? So now
because kunalabathi kudala
hlezi. Yes. Ukho abanye abathi no, let's go. So now omnye ukhona lapha uzawuthi ubiza amandla uyakani ubhizi ucofa ifone yakhe. Akasekho kulamandla wakho. Uyayibona because it has taken a very long time.
Amandla wasekho.
Yes, awasekho. And I normally advise then this comrade and to say, you know what? When you go and demand let me one bati piece.
What in it?
One bati piece.
Yeah.
And bati piece. You know, a budget.
Yeah.
They sit down, the bosses, they put a budget.
True.
They say that a budget of his salaries then is so much.
Nayo.
You see? Now put it aside. Unions are not there.
Abaz. True.
You come at a later stage, you know, to demand on something that was agreed
years ago.
Long time ago.
True.
Now you demanding with 10%. 10% was never catered for here. So unions, if then they were to be involved, demand that no, we want them to form part of the budget. Influence on the budget. There will be no strike, I can tell you now.
Yeah.
Because now they will be sitting.
Now there will
be no strike. If we can all work in that way, I influence on the budget and then to say, okay, well, fine, for salaries, budget 20 rand. You know, so if you say, no, not 20 rand, okay, go back and 22 rand. So I've already calculated that, oh, well, fine. Come then the time of wage negotiations. So it's already then been.
I've provided.
You see, but now, you know, then zifika mva nami ndiyibone loo nto leyo sekulate zifika muva. And I once said then this thing in when I was still in the union that hey ingale nqolo siyibamba seyihamba yakani why singasuku nale nqolo ngapha ngasemva yakani sihamba nayo yakani but unfortunately then siyibamba seyiphambili. Okay, 2015 ke usisinomba like I said earlier on uthi kum hey look Mxolisi, then I'm going to tell you then sad news. I was always understanding that that mine benza uthatha retirement then sebenza kula mine.
Bozohlala forever.
Yeah, because the life of that mine then is still even big, a long life even as we speak now.
And the life of a mine has a lot to do with what it's digging.
Yes,
yeah.
Reserves
there's more underground.
There's more coal as we speak now.
Yeah.
You know, for an example now, I'll get to that. We've got a 10-year CSA with Eskom. You know, so even beyond that, then that coal then will be still there. We've got about 70 million tons that are there in Arnold as we speak. And
not even dug yet.
No,
still underground.
It's still there.
Yeah.
You know, the coal is still there. There's our pen shell and the shell pile.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she's saying then to me, no, look, man. It was in 2015. So then Baleni then got voted out in 2015. Now became then to lose a little bit of trust and confidence.
Yeah.
You know, said Baleni uhambile kunalo muntu yakani at least ngobe ne general secretary
Bone
benayo lanto yakani I could be able then to say things bold.
True.
Knowing that I've got then this backup then with him. Very troublesome then to Ubaba Mkojo. He was the CEO of Exaro then that time. I used to give him them troubles.
Bewakwazi mangena.
Hayi Exaro beyazi. Hey, Exaro beyazi. Hey, nangu lo muntu. Hey, uyawathini mfowethu. So 2015 then ungitshela izindaba ke. But hey, look man, I felt that I should tell you. Because of now then by that time then she's an operations manager.
Okay.
You see.
She has access to information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Andithi ngaba badila ne-Eskom.
True.
It's a cost plus mine. So that mine then is an Eskom and Exaro.
Okay.
By that time. So no, I didn't want then the general manager, your manager here, because of now Nombasa then is in head office. General manager, I'm a reporter. So no, I didn't want then this guy then him having then to deliver then this news then
rather it's me.
Rather than it's me. I know you, so I know how to manage you. Let me deal with you. Now no, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do. You will have to be retrenched. Yeah, my dad.
What's going on?
So I'll retrench a bunch. Then by that time we are busy then in the wage negotiations.
When you get this news?
When I get then this news. I'm busy negotiating a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing then got then to my mind. How I'm going to do then this thing? There was a famous story that Brian Molife, CEO of Eskom, which we debated in one of the NUM congresses. I can't remember what it was, the Central Committee or NUM Congress. Where Brian Molife then said, this cost plus mine. Yeah, and it doesn't want then the bakery. Only want then is the bread. You see that?
Yeah, he doesn't want to get involved in the baking of the
bread. Yeah. So, but all he wanted then is the bread. Debating then, they says, hey, my daughter, don't leave then this statement then unchallenged. Yeah, but I knew then by that time then he was referring then to the mine that I was working then together then with some of the mines.
Yeah. Explain to us a cost plus mine. What is that?
Okay. A cost plus mine, what is happening then during then that apartheid time, what would happen is that Eskom, they were building then Eskom power stations.
Of course.
Bazayibeka then next to mine.
So the transportation of coal is short.
Yes. Yeah. Now, what they will do with Eskom would be responsible then for all the cost, the mine, running of the mine.
Okay.
So, say for instance, now, you figure Anglo, then by that time, Anglo mine. Anglo mine, it okay, well, fine, Tina, way to then is to mine then the coal. Then they will do a budget and say that a budget here too then is so much. Out to Eskom, budget here, okay, well, fine, I need 6 million tons. You know. So now, the 6 million tons, out to Ifuna, then together with the budget,
okay.
So determine then the price of the coal.
That's why it's cost plus.
Plus mine.
I got you.
So in other words, then what would happen? Eskom is responsible then for everything, including a penless balanga.
Yeah, no muntu oklinayo. Eskom is paid.
So that is why Brian Molife na akayifuni yonke lento. Yabantu to be involved into ayifuna lilahle. You understand?
So now essentially saying you run the mine, I buy the coal from you.
I'll buy the coal then from you.
Who you hire, it's your problem.
It's your problem. We knew that was a very dangerous statement because certain mines supply a coal then to Eskom, which would be in Middelburg. They can be close to 10 or 15. I can't remember. I cannot remember then all of those mines. Yeah, we knew that now. That thing was very dangerous. Okay.
And it's going to affect a lot of people.
A lot of people. Okay, now, let us say figure you're lemnyango manje. Ndiyaxelelwa ngoba ngaba yenza retrench. What do I do? Now we're busy negotiating. Hey, what must I do? What must I do? No, man. Let me use then this wage negotiation then to influence that we declare a dispute for the entire coal.
So now you see an opportunity.
I see an opportunity because of I want to catch then the eye of the middle, of the media.
Of course.
Influence then that, a strike is declared.
Done. Was that difficult? Was it difficult?
Yeah, very difficult. I knew then the button then to press. Because of now, remember now we're negotiating my Anglo, Strata Coal. Everybody then was there. So I knew the Bamba Loa, one supporter.
You'll be okay.
I was good even in starting then the song, When we are sitting at Chamber of Mines, so calling woman shell pants, you call it pants, new then diabeva, I'm in back hall, yeah. Then it can't be man about his Tobelengo. And it lap did. Can't come out new as onke.
That's amazing.
We declare it as a declare then.
So small things that look small to us, like a song.
Yeah.
They are quite
Very dangerous. Baswapha ingoma. Bakubulala abantu ngengoma. Because ingoma then ingoma is meant then to amagwala nasemfazweni yabona ayiqiniswa ngale ngoma.
Yeah, wow.
And so okay, here is a strike. And then the phone in SABC and Nelspruit. They madoda izani. So we're on strike here. Yes, SABC. Iza kum ke ngoku Arnold.
Of course.
Yeah. But what I want to do, I'm not interested then on this, but I want to address Brian Molife.
Yes. You wanted a media opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I figure camera. I remember that Brian Molife with that verbal diarrhea. That's a statement that I made. If you get Google, then you will see
You'll
that.
find it.
You must stop then this nonsense.
Verbal diarrhea.
What do you want to do? So now abantu babukela indaba emakhaya ifonini into into ithethayo ungatyatyazi ngomlomo isenditshilo mano. And then so into yase-Arnold then became then yathola opportunity then to be understood then by the people. But what is happening? Saphela the strike. We got what we wanted. Continued. Then now the mine is going to close.
That's a different story now.
Yeah.
The closing is different from retrenchment.
From retrenchment, ivala because of our retrenchment. Anyway.
That's it. Yeah.
And when so I'm the negotiator now because of the mine. Then is going to close. Then by that time, January. Yabona ke lidla ngoyithetha ke lento and nangoku I don't people then must not take offense. I said January the interviewer then by Uxoli Mngambi from ENCA.
At the time it was ENCA, yes.
Hey, oh boy, I'm hearing then this thing that the mine is going to close and so I want to come and talk to you. So we are an interviewer. We are figure uthatha ke then the pictures there. We are an interviewer. Kulapho ke ndaqala khona ke ndavathela umongameli uqala.
You went all the way to the top.
Ndaqala ngomongameli ndabetha yonke la hlanga Premier League yabantu Gupta families yabantu. It was not fashionable then by that time.
No way.
Nobody
was talking about these names.
I can tell you now. Go and check. I normally say that I was the first one then to raise an alarm.
Yeah.
Then about then the Gupta family then in the entire country, you know.
What did you know at the time?
I knew that because of they were involved. You know what happened?
Yeah.
When we are negotiating, Wallen then is no longer there. I'm talking then to one of the prominent leaders of the union in the federation.
Yeah.
Kosatu. Clavers. Hey, kunale problem. Hey, Fetu, let me be honest with you. Guptas are gunning them for that mine.
Yo.
Because of that mine is clearly close to your optimum. Are not optimum. Already sebeyitholile
optimum, yes.
So strategy sabo now and it park power station then as the 3 Komati power station, Henry power station, the Arnold. So they wanted to take then that whole mines.
That region
of mining.
Yeah.
Well, they unfortunately feel this is what is going to happen.
Sure.
But no, I can't stop then this thing. Let me go up. I remember now when I was interviewed then by Uxoli Mngambi. You can Google then you will see then this thing. I said, no, we must say no in our country that we are going to be colonized. Then by Verbatim, I'm quoting then Verbatim. I said, no, people of South Africa, we must unite. We can't allow a situation whereby in our country we are going to be colonized then by the people, then who happen then to be close
to power.
To President Jacob Zuma.
Why beg, Angie?
You will check it there.
What was driving your confidence at the time? Because as you put it, it was not fashionable to say those things.
You know, that is why I'm saying for you, if I believe on something, yes, I was scared. I'll tell you then where I got scared. So we're an interviewer there. No, I'm gonna run then the story. So on Friday, after then the interview, and I've said, uthi kum ngabo unifonele uxole ngabo, I think about 6, 7. Uthi kum, yey, please don't talk to anyone.
Yo.
You know, people then want to interview you, then your story then might have leaked then somewhere. So I wanted then the ENCA then to first run then the story.
Yes. But kungabani nabanye who get the same story and run it before him.
ENCA.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not going to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I then watched then the news by 8. What now is awuqala uvela ngabo 8 ku-ENCA. Yeah, wena. Yeah, wena. Xa bedlala le nto bendiyithetha pha, now ndingena lapha.
Now uyayibona.
On Saturday, ayongcwaba one of my comrades in KZN.
Yo.
You see, in KZN. Jacob Zuma,
I know.
Ndizawuya esingcwabeni eKZN. Yeah, my dad, ndizayithini le nto? And ndisispeaker pha, because of the representative union. Yeah, my dad, ndizayithini le nto? Yeah. I was like, hey, ndingayistopha le nto. Wathi but sidlala nje i-headlines. But apha izawudlala khona le nto full iqala ekuseni. Yabona ke zandaba ze-ENCA.
I repeat
right
whole
through
day.
Then, hey, ingathi now I can stop it. Then I receive a call then from President wam. Then by the time it was Pete Matosa. Mongameli, how are you? I fine. I knew then when he was calling me, then he was going to talk about then this thing.
Yeah.
You know, ndingayiphendula okokuqala. Yabo. Depend because of now I was close to him, President. Hey, emfondini. Ndithola i-call lapha then from one of the ministers. Into onento uyithethe TV. Ndithi Mongameli, sendijilo. Uyabona ayikho into noba sayijika ngo. Uthi man mfondini. Ngoku siyandatheke ngoba ngabana ku-NUM then sithetha le nto sithi. Mongameli. Unfortunately then sendijilo. Yabona ke Mongameli, let me advise you.
Yeah.
Yapha kuba xeba ngabe le nkwenkwe isilele kudala siyinqanda. Uyabona iyaphuncuka apha kuthi. Uyabona iyazithethela le nto. Uyabona. But I'm not going to stop.
We can't control it.
We can't control because there's a resolution in the NUM that in the branch level then you can speak to the media.
Yeah.
I didn't rubbish them there, you know. And now the SABC then bayazizela ke ngo then bafuna ukukhuluma nami then as a story again after then that ENCA. Now I'm in KZN esingcwabeni. Now ndiyathetha, yabo. Kandigqiba uthetha kanti. Bona nye chap baya ithi ngulamfo.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then I pick it up that day, xa ithi ngulamfo. Yeah, clearly inoba lo mfo
They've been talking about you.
Yeah, bebukela indaba.
Yeah.
Was of the NUM kubalwa le mine until le mine le ebesebenza kuyo lo mfo.
Sure.
And lo mfo lo sizomngcwaba usebenza kule mine and then le mine bayayimenshina i-TV. And now xa iboka ezandaba kuvela mna iyo landlord. Ndakanza nditye nokutya esingcwabeni. Ndathi manje asihambeni.
Wagoduka immediately.
Izawubethwa.
But I'm curious to know when you were watching it wena self wathuka.
Ndathuka.
Mari uthukisa yini usendlini ubhekele TV.
Yeah, wena.
Now you could hear ukuthi the things you were saying were hectic.
Yeah, ngeza sikhathi. Remember like ngeza sikhathi kaloku ubungenazo umbamba ubaba. Ubaba.
Yeah.
So nobody then would say anything. That's why I normally say ebantwini ndithi hayi ngoku uyakwazi kwali emveni uba sithethe eza statement like zawuthi ke sithethe eza statement because I was speaking on behalf of those members. Kodwa hayi madoda yabona ngoku icingo liwile ngoku utsiba nezimithiyo ngoku. Do you know that talk in Xhosa?
What is that?
Kwakuthiwa icingo liwile.
Yeah.
Kutsiba nezimithiyo. Yabona idrat.
Yeah.
Fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yabona.
Yabona inkomo ne xa imithi. Ayinakwazi utsiba.
Oh, ujampa.
Yes, so now sidla what isixhosa sekuthetha naba ngubani ngoku.
Sekuphelile.
Yabo kugquba nomufu uyabo. Yabona umufu.
What is that? Help me. Yes.
Umufu yabona izinkomo zobisi.
Yeah.
These nkomo zobisi.
I see that.
Azinawulwa ayikwazi ulwa la nkomo.
Oh yeah, of course.
But iyakwazi ukuphanda ngathi ikhona into engayenza.
Yathusela. Yeah.
So now I was saying that manje yakani yavela into edibene state capture yakani. Then did no manje sekugquba nomufu yakani.
Yes, even anyone
then kutsiba nezimithiyo.
Even the pregnant ones can jump. Now I get it.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
March. Yeah. Was it in March? Yeah. Because of now then, sesiqandile isixelelwe kunyaka ophelileyo uba ngaba nayo i-contract iphela ngoDisemba ka-2015. NgoJanuary then I'm releasing then this statement ndithetha kwi-media then January. Then February, no, I think it was in February. I got a call. Uba ngaba emhlekazi kune-meeting oyibizelwayo.
Yo.
Namanye amadoda afuna ukubona apha.
Sounds serious.
Madam, ngobani amadoda afuna undibona? Kuthiwa masihambe siye eGreyston. There's a meeting that is organized in Greyston. Greyston Drive.
Something.
Xa uhlala eGreyston, xa ujika nje uthi
Kune hotel like khona.
amadoda ahlala hayi le office lapha.
Ngiyayibona.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In you go down.
Yeah, until njengoba usuka eGreyston uyehla down ufike erobotini turn left.
Yes.
Immediately usanda turn left kunegate.
Ngiyayibona. Yeah.
Ukangena kula gate.
Did they tell you what the meeting was for before you got
I was told that it
Okay.
was about the R-Knot.
Okay.
And I remember now there's this prominent leader that I spoke about here, Kosatu then by that time.
That's it.
Then who told me that
Afuna le
lamadoda afuna le nto. So now we're now para
Eish.
too much. Yeah, that's why I even said when they were tweeting there, when I wasn't tweeting, I wanna like abanye but tweeting at abayala and the state capture, but they were involved.
Ngathi abayazi.
Only one busy the meeting. Then xa ndifike kunalo mfo kuthiwa nguNazim Howa.
Hey, you've met these people.
Ndifike kunoNazim Howa lapha. Xa ndingenayo pha, xa ungenayo mosipha. Ngena pha wehle kancinci. Xa uhla kancinci yapha uyongena kwenye igate. Igate zipha zimbini.
Hey.
Ngena kugate yokuqala ungena. Now, by that time la madoda bengawazi kakuhle. Yabona. But ungondimbona ngoku sebe
Avele TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
lo mfune.
Oh yes.
Yes,
I
I
see
think it's
that.
OJ.
Yes. AJ. Yes.
It was him and uNazim.
Omone TV. Yeah.
Now, and by that time, then did be TV.
Actually, yeah, they were not on TV.
Yeah,
yet.
no.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they were not on TV.
They were not on
by that
TV
time.
yet, yeah.
So I heard that they were, and then after that, bathukile phaya.
Yes.
So now they started then to appear. Kancane, yabona. Ingqondo seyathi wona hayi man, lo mfo
Ulo.
lo mfo. Yabona lo ndafike pha ngala mina. Then siyathetha then nabathi no man. Hey, sicela uvale lo mlomo man. Khawuyeke lento yokushoutisa. Uyabona. We're going to take care of yourself. Okay. In which way? But no, when you must allow a retrenchment as Arnold then to go with speed. Bahamba abantu. As our members zakho se Arnold, sayosifaka i-optimum
Yeah.
coal.
You'll be okay.
Yeah. So when now you're gonna get a position of an HR manager.
Hey.
You see. Now don't worry. Ungakhulumi. Xa ndiphumayo. Hey, la madoda le. Hayi man, lento ayithetha la manje ndifonele uFrance Balini. Ndidejola ndibuya kule meeting man lapha. La madoda athi ubaleni bona ke mfana wami. I've already been telling you one thing. Principle.
Yes.
Don't allow something that is short-lived.
Yeah.
They will give you then this position. You will be selling then your people. I can tell you, lento yabe izawuphela at any point in time.
Yes.
Don't agree. That same day, I was in the media. Shouting with SABC.
What?
Hey, la madoda, we are not going to allow a situation of a country to then being captured then ngala madoda.
They probably thought lo yahlanya.
Bebebacedile ngampaya. If you check then those, you will see then when you Google then those things. Just my name and surname, and then you will see all of those things.
Did anybody call again to say, not? Skulumile mos.
No,
spoke
they
about
didn't.
this.
They didn't.
They just said, Lo is a...
Yeah. Then they didn't call. I continued. And then I reported then this matter then from, to Exaro. Hey, look, man, hey, hey, this is what then the matter is saying. Hey, no. But I said, I was accused of that. I'm speaking on behalf of the employer. You see, because I said, why must I lie about Exaro? Because of Exaro, they haven't done anything yet.
They haven't said
This
anything
thing,
to you.
You know, this Exaro haven't done anything, then this thing then is influenced then by the external forces of state capture. It was not state capture then by that time.
That name did not even exist.
No, but in the I understand the business as I know. What happened? And it's my advice again then to the mine managers. If you want to work close then to your shop steward, hide nothing on your business.
That's it.
You know,
because if they find out, it's a problem.
Chris Silver, I used to have meetings. We're law. One the teacher or taught me then about then this what you call this captive cost plus mine.
Yeah.
So I understood then the business of the Arnold, how it works. You know. Okay. Then what happened is that so now we're busy now. We knew that I was negotiating. So mine was to save then the mine. So that is what I was looking. I remember one of the meetings I coordinated. Mongameli xa ixosha uNhlanhla Nene.
Yo, that weekend.
Yeah.
A crazy weekend.
Yeah, yabona xa ixosha xa kungena ulo.
Ulo weekend.
Yeah, weekend special.
Weekend special.
Yes.
Yeah.
By that time I'm coordinating a meeting. Then between Exaro, EDMR, then by that time it was Zuzwane. Then plus Net Department of Environmental Affairs and Eskom. I coordinated in that meeting in Exaro. Then mine was to make sure that now I save then these jobs. Little then did I know in December, this thing is already then been agreed.
A long time.
But we are not going to survive on this thing. And then I remember I phoned him, CEO of Exaro in Durban, in holiday. What do I mean holiday? No, meeting.
People are losing jobs.
People are losing jobs. Then flew. If you are there, this thing, we are just fighting. Then they want to capture then this thing.
Sure.
So then this thing have got a political what to call political interference. Then get then to the real story. How I became then where I am now.
I want to go back to the now by Tang mine. Did the transaction for the capturing of the mine actually happen?
No. They failed on that one.
Yeah.
Because I did not agree. On that one. Then I continued then shouting. So, but I
see Really?
Then they become saying, no, we're not interested. Then in Arnold, then by Arnold.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you were instrumental.
I think I'll tell you then the story then when we but I think I played a very important role in saving then that mine,
Sure.
Then from that man falling to the hands and then of those people, I played a very important role. And
it was gone, eh?
And I'm proud that I've done something that I know that I've done good then for my country. It was to save then that mine. And,
is there a mine that almost followed a similar route as that, where it was not saved?
Yeah, the Optimum.
Optimum
was never saved.
Yeah.
Now, as we speak now, then Optimum then now is very difficult then to manage then that mine. The one so proud mine, one of the biggest mines then in the Mpumalanga coal. I remember now when everybody wanted to work then for Optimum Coal when it was run then by the Glencore, Mxolisi, and it was a very good mine. Then those guys, they just destroyed then that mine.
What's happening now?
No, not that mine. The mine was so much, So I'm a bit, So it is no longer then that proud, big mine.
Does it still supply to Eskom?
No.
It doesn't. That doesn't even exist anymore.
No, that contract, they don't have it. So now those guys, they're mining and then sell and they call them to some of the mines that are supplying then the Eskom. But Bona only then supplying, no. It's even difficult then to sell then that mine. You can't sell it.
Why is that?
So because of those people then are still having entitlement.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's still
That's why
still
then
ownership.
this judged me. That's why then this
Them being
this thing bang about these guys then must
come. Yes. This extradition that's
extradition
happening.
then so it will help then many things because of now law of South Africa then they are still appearing then as the owners of the mine.
Of course.
So very difficult then to sell someone if they've got the ownership. So then the courts then must pronounce then to say that all then the assets that belong to those people then must be seized.
Yes.
So otherwise that is the problem that we're experiencing.
And that
now,
hasn't happened.
Guess what? About close to 3,000 to 4,000 people are sitting home then without work. Then that mess then those people then have done. And even in Arnold, we are still sitting with casualties. Then the same mine that now we're still sitting because of now. We ended up being retrenched. Which I was going to get into that story.
True.
Basically, then what happened is that So I'm sitting in the office one day. So I'm planning, okay, what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my money. Okay, getting my money. I'm going to buy a tipper truck, and
At least.
move
Did you identify opportunities in a tipper truck?
Yes, I was going to work with the communities of Middelburg.
Okay.
Using then that tipper truck. I knew very well because I was a very problematic guy in the union. No mine then would ever employ me here. I was known then to be this union, not
without jobs, Mxolisi. He's out of the system. Yeah.
So I was known then to be that. Because of then the general managers then they have this association of theirs. So they discuss us there. Then when I'm saying us, then by the time then I was still within then the ranks of the union. There Paul then comes to my office. Paul then is saying, okay, one thing that I don't forget.
Yeah.
In these 3 terms, I was leading then the union. The charge I 3.
Yeah.
Term, I'm charged with a possible dismissal.
Formal with wena uyahamba.
Net problem yabo kulento nditsho into bangaba. They but bayabamba because bayajaha. I even told then one of my ER managers, I'm not going to tell you, you say what? Wena iproblem yakho uyajaha. Xa ufuna ubamba mna buza mna will tell you how to catch me. Wena uyajaha you'll miss.
You'll never catch me.
You'll never catch me.
You
Sometimes he would catch me lapha and now punyu. Small mistake.
Administrative mistake.
Ndiyaphuma la.
So bebangakufuni.
Yeah, bebangandifuni.
Uhlupha.
Bendihlupha ndoda. Ndiyakutshela. The first charge, I was charged then for wearing a cap with SACP.
And you're not allowed.
Political party. So what? No, I'm not allowed.
And you knew this though.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, you're being.
Yeah. So, but now in the hearing, then I pushed then the chairman then to agree with me that there's a conspiracy then against me. So you put it on the judgment.
Strategy
You put it on the judgment. On the judgment. So now xa beqalayo abantu befuna undicharge ndigijime ndize head office apha kusesinoma ndithi yabo baqalile
Conspiracy.
yabona conspiracy I told you ba reverse so babhitha kanjani.
Wow.
So uPaul ke uyafika eofisini kume Hoboyi Paul Kasango Hoboyi no man I'm thinking that we must open up a company because of the mine is closing, and then when the mine is closing uyaphela then sizawuvula ama opportunities kule rehabilitation of the mine. I said no, it's fine, I don't have a problem, then I can partner with you. Uyahamba. The following day uyabuya man boy, I'm thinking of something man, let's dream high. Okay, no man, let's buy it in this mine. Paul.
We are just workers.
Yeah, we're just workers. Buy mine. Paul. Paul, no, wakunento ayibhemileyo. So maybe udlule njani bayigeti une pressurizer tester ba udake.
Ungene kanjani?
Yeah, wenze njani lo mfo? Andabona bangaba nawo lento athetha ngayo.
Yes.
Ayikhwapha kuma engqondweni. I just dismiss me. Ayim. Following day ufika uvukani. Mfana kuthiwa nguvukani Thona. Uvukani Thona leader no man. There's an idea here man that we open a company then we buy it in this mine.
Yo.
Nango omunye
second person.
Nango omunye ubhemile wakho.
The same thing. Obhema same thing.
Yeah that. Yakutshela. Then did okay. All right. No, that's fine.
Now the second person.
Second person.
Now, does it change?
Now iyabuya ke ngoku.
Okay,
Yabona
uthini?
le nto ingalento izakusebenza. Then xa ibuyayo then athi ahambe ke le abuye uPaul following day. Athi oh boy, have you thought of this? Okay, now I've thought of it. Okay, now. But remember now when you are mining engineer, we shaft manager here. So now what do we do now? I don't know, job yakho wena because of now you've got network.
Yeah.
So umsebenzi wakho wena then is to network Tina, then we're gonna come and present a strategy set. Okay, no, that's an easy job. I'm gonna do.
Hey.
Now the first meeting we had, it was myself, no Paul, who used to be a shaft manager, no Hitandra Lala. Hitandra Lala then used to be a finance manager in the mine. Had then this meeting, we then agreed, okay, well, fine. So we're gonna move with this thing.
Do you believe it now?
Now, but I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Okay, no, umsebenzi wami nawuhambe ndivula le minyango ndifuna ungena kuyo. No, that's okay. Yafika le ngqondo bukomanisi ke ngoku. Ndithi no man, le nto sinayiphusha sibe bayi-3 man, yabona. Let's get abanye, yabona. And then uyithandra athi no man, there's a lady by the name of Bunhla Phana, yabona. A very brilliant lady. Now ndisuggest ke mina because uvukani now, andithi uvukani beseyizile kumbe bese uthethe no Paul. Then no man, let's get another one from geology. Then the name of Poppy then came.
There you go.
Because of then the introducer then Raymond Kubana was Raymond Kubana then was one of my shaft secretary. Union must be my shaft.
Okay.
So he was leading. So no man,
and you know him. You know what you're getting.
Strong,
yeah.
And then basically said, no man, I think there are 2 guys that I think that we need to introduce again here.
Well, you're not worried that you're making the pie smaller.
No, I was a communist. No,
yes.
It's not even small.
Yeah.
You're gonna get where you're gonna get small.
Okay.
Man, there's Mandla Ntulo here and also Utebo Kumashian. Bring them those people. Then by Africa, we became 8 again, 9 again.
Yeah.
Then we agreed then to say that okay, out of this 9, so let's take our pensions, put together and open then this company. Nobody then is gonna go and look for employment here. We're gonna pursue then this thing to buy then this mine. Isn't it? Says one method.
But you're buying a mine. You're not buying a corner shop.
No, we're buying a mine. So we've already convinced ourselves that now we're buying them.
It's possible.
Mine. It's possible. We're going to do it. So now, since let's buy 8, by 9, let's put our money. Say elect again. Okay, who's gonna be what? Then elected 3 directors. So Paul Kasango then as a chairman. Then I'm becoming then a director, stakeholder engagement director.
Okay.
Ubuntu then is an engineering specialist. 3 directors. So the directors is 3. Then abanye by 6.
Yes.
Non-exec.
Yeah.
Okay. Umsebenzi wami nguphi ke ngomadoda. Bese sichilo ndiya network kuqala.
And that's your thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fonela baba umgojo from Exile. Baba umgojo. I'm thinking that I want to come and see you. I was surprised that he's having my number. I thought that
when he picked up, he knew who you were.
And him. Okay. And he has 8 days, I think 3 days. After no come. So we then put together a team of about 5. Figures a day. Already then by that time, I've already started to then go to these mine contractors. Then they must back up.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got then to a company then by the name AE.
Yeah.
AE, we've got this idea, man. We want to buy then this mine. Can you back us? But okay, no, I can back you.
So this thing is growing, this idea.
I can sign a check then for you. A commitment, not a check, basically.
Once you own the mine, I'm
going to put 250 million. Go and tell him, coach, that I'm going to put 250 million. So siyakuba umgojo then sinale letter ke ngosibhalwe ngulo mfosi by 8. Hey bamgojo, hey man, we're coming then with this thing here.
Why did you need him?
andithi yi-CEO yokuzala imine
Yes,
yakhe.
imine yakhe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I-CEO andithi nguye lo uyivalayo le mine.
Yeah.
Uyivala because of now Eskom then did not renew
Supply. Yes.
So iyavala ke ngoku then the mine.
Let's go
So
back
we
to that
needed
point 1 second. Why did Eskom do that? Is that also another...
It's another, but i-contract ibiphela anyway.
Okay, but they could have
They
renewed.
could have extended.
Yes.
That is what Uba Mgojo then was arguing. So they no man, ndiyavuma i-contract iphelile. But give me then a month to month, so that I can take all of these people. Because of about, I want to say, are not close to 2,000. Permanent people then, they were about 1,029.
They're going to lose jobs.
Yeah, give me then time, then I'm going to see where do I place then these people. I don't want to retrench then these people. But no. Yeah.
And I'm surprised that he couldn't do it with the bigger Exaro. But he couldn't save those jobs with that mine. I'm surprised that he couldn't negotiate with Eskom.
Who?
Uba Mgojo.
No. What happened? Uba Mgojo negotiated then with Eskom. So I was going with Bona then when we were negotiating. But Indaba Arnold was more politically.
That I was about to say.
Yes,
is there another problem?
It's another. That is why I remember I said now, I called him in December, then to come and mediate here. So what,
during your holiday,
yes, but that is why even his testimony then to his state capture and said, no, this is mine. Otherwise, you would have saved. You was not going to retrench, as I can tell you. But this thing was beyond the control. That's why then he had to let us go.
Incredible.
Now, there's a greatest opportunity that I have to reverse then what I did. I do not want them to fire then these people. I don't want them to retrench then these people. But here then these people are coming now with an idea that they want to buy then the mine. Let me grab then this opportunity by both hands and run with it then to the board and say, here's an idea, then to self-correct ourselves.
That's it.
Though that we know that we haven't done anything wrong. Yeah. Now, my job, then I'm phoning on my Eskom, I'm phoning on my DMR, organizing then this meeting. One of the meetings that I will never forget. I'm interviewed then by Carte Blanche.
Hey.
What I say optimum.
When Carte Blanche comes, there's a problem.
I say optimum, yala prepayment.
Oh yes, of course. When they paid for coal, they were not getting.
Yes.
They paid way in advance.
Yes. Interviewed then by Carte Blanche.
Hey.
The nail look then on that Carte Blanche.
So you knew the small details.
I knew then the small details. He was the CEO of Eskom.
Of course. Is it that episode where he ran out of words?
Yes. When the police person ngaboni.
Exactly.
I was in 70, I thought that is back so funa kubona ngazo. Lo.
It was kumula. I remember that episode well.
So the leadership of the union. It's Bijut. I think we're in Bijut, yeah. That I'm going to be interviewed then by Carte Blanche. Elandia.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And Kaliza Elandia declared the union, but there's no way I'm going.
Yeah.
I've already agreed then to these people. Now, Uko then the mnele pagon. I'm organizing a meeting because of now Eskom is needed on this deal. You see, I'm organizing a meeting then with Utukoko. Yeah, when I want to buy Eskom. Eskom.
Megawatt.
Second megawatt.
Yeah.
Kunala open space. Then trying to figure out open space there. Uvumi banzombona. Ndizolanda ngomnye mfethu Edwin Mabelana. Hayi ndifike andisendiyi-organize le meeting nogogo then sizwene xa ndifikayo lapha ndifike ndihlale pha wena waphuma ugogo wena ndithini undithuka phambi kwabantu bala wathi nguwe lo uza kum ngoba undithuka eTV-ni uthi mna ndicorrupt kwathi yanyoshozele ungena elifti ulemka.
Yo.
Why you would have just told me I can't see you. Rather than calling me then when I'm here, then as on the embarrasser then Pamgwaban.
Were you not expecting something though?
No, I didn't.
Why not? Because
I didn't expect. I thought that now until we were talking on the phone.
Yeah, and on the phone, Benny right.
Yeah, bese right the phone in. And what is abs akuthola.
Ngifuna ukubona la.
Yeah.
Ekubusweni.
One la. There was a Xhosa lady there. Hey, kuye wandi comfortayo wami ndiyongena wathi hey miyeke man usolo. Undithuka phambi kwabantu. Well.
Well, that's crazy.
Now sasithetha nobaba uMgojo ke ngoku yabo. So xa sithetha nobaba uMgojo uyavuma uMgojo. Uthi but ke we need to convince mna I'm going to convince Exaro. We need to convince Eskom, and then we need to convince the DMR because of you need license from DMR, you need consent then from Eskom because of this a cost plus mine, and then you need then the Exaro. Okay, so now it's busy.
All of that.
Yeah. Then the phone umlungu lapha by the name of Chris Morris. Hey, Mxolisi, I want to see you.
Is he part of Exaro?
He was the one that negotiated deals Exaro, starting then from Anglo, and it was Anglo Esizwe,
and then Exaro. Yes.
Now I told me okay, no, but not no man. I've been told then by Mkojo that I must meet you, and being your deal advisor.
Okay.
You know, so I must go and engage then the board members, if then they would buy then this idea. But give me then about a month, then I'll come back to you. I went to the team, the 9 year. Well, I don't know, man. I received then this call, so we're gonna meet then with this person. We went then to meet this person, me and Buntle. Then after a month, then he told us, okay, I've lobbied the members of the board. They are fine with this transaction because it's going to be for the first time in the country. It never happened, this transaction.
Okay. What is so fast about it?
The workers never owned then the mine.
That's it.
You're going to get then the story.
Yeah.
You know, wait a bit. Then I told my wife, hey, Koskas, imali yam, di invested somewhere. I was lying, then the imali ndiyithathe ndayifaka ngapha kule business nditya yona.
Botheni kuyo?
You know, mna ndithele imali hayi ndiyinvestile. Kanti imali ndiyayidla ndiyifaka nalapha kule business.
Leyo ngazi ukuthi izoyenzakala or not.
Andiyazi noba iza risk that I'm taking. Okay.
Was it a significant amount of money? Because you'd been there, what, 10 years or so?
Yeah, I've been 10 years. I think, quite honestly, then I was close to about M when I left there.
Yes. So it was significant for your life.
And for my life. That is why I said I wanted to buy a tipper truck. But I didn't. Yeah. And I said, no, let me risk on it. I then asked my wife, because of my wife then was still working then the same company and I, because of now, as retrenchwanga song as courtesy one. So they were going to phase us out. Yeah, it was a funnel, sort of. I said, my wife, all I need from you is a medical aid.
That's all.
Cover.
In case ngiyagula.
Yes, but can you believe bangabakule transaction lele 4 times admitted expelled. You know?
Because you were not well.
It was really not. It was not an easy one. It was not an easy one. You know, we had to move, and sometimes I get traumatized, emotional, basically.
Yeah.
When I think about things that happened and to me, then to put them still together.
That's amazing.
Now I'm negotiating.
Yeah.
I said, nice. When I was in Arnold working, I promised then those members of the union that my daughter, this mine is not going to close. Sure. I will fight. And I didn't know. I was only trusting and praying. I'm a Christian.
So you're trusting in the Lord.
God. But it is going to happen. God's meetings that we used to attend with him, you know, we had these meetings with him, monthly meetings, you know. When we started this meeting, then we would start then by praying. Even in our group, you know, we would pray then before we start our meetings. It became then a habit. Then that is what we must do. And I said, okay. Now, what must I do? I then said, no man. Then they will only approve then the still then provided us Bashi as members of the union.
Oh.
Now, I had about 800 members of the union then by that time, close to 780 somewhere there, close to 800. I was lying then to these people.
Yeah.
You know, I've already lobbied to Chris on this side. Chris and Bozo, no man, it's not going to fly. Don't say then you're members of the union only. Just say the entire employees, which is about 1,029. It is going to fly. I said, no, good.
Yeah.
Then
But
I went to
going to fly with who? With the
Exaro.
board. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say, no, why?
You can't just save others. And what
Yes.
about the rest?
Because I was just only thinking about my members of the union.
Because you've made a promise.
I've made a promise, and then now I really sympathize. I always then say, these are my people. I even when they were retrenched, leaving then the mine in June, because of now we had to leave then the mine in June. Said, now each and every one of you, I must be told, I used to attend funerals. Yeah. Please tell me then, one of you then have passed on. I'm still even doing that today.
Yeah.
You know, go and speak in that funeral about this is also my member. That's a leadership. You know. And then went to the board, and then the board was convinced.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, now you 50. So the mine. But you must go and get a credible miner. We looked around, who can we get? You know? We chose then the West Coal and introduced then the West Coal Exaro. But here is the West Coal, and then, okay, we negotiated then to have a 50-50 split.
Between Uban,
West Coal
and
us.
Yeah. What is Exaro's role in the story, in the picture?
Exaro then is their mine.
Owner, yes,
they own then the mine.
So they were saying there it is.
So in mine, Exaro then donated then the mine.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
You know, as our equity in the business.
Yeah.
We paid R1.
Incredible.
That is Babu Mkoch and the board of Exaro. I take my cap down then for those people. We pay R10.
That's incredible.
R1, not R10.
Yes.
Almost zero.
Yes. Essentially R1 per member.
Yeah, you see. So now we bring then this thing. So now we said we'll have 50% weight. That's Mxolisi 50%. Started and it now is 50-50 on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So now it's a total of 50% weight to some triple phakathi, then some 25% as members.
Oh, yes.
1,029.
Just what is there. That's your ownership.
That is your shares.
Yeah.
Then in this thing, then we take then our 25%.
Yeah.
But it was structured then in a very good way so that it doesn't create problems. So they are the beneficiary of the trust. So it's the first time in the country that the mine is owned 50% then by the former employees who were retrenched by the same mine.
Incredible.
I led then that transaction.
That's amazing.
You know, I negotiated then that transaction then from day one then to iskata pia futwakon. Then okay, well fine. What I want to do now, I want to go and introduce you then to Gwede Mandasha so that Gwede Mandasha then can give you then the Section 11. We call it Section 11, the mining right license. We went to Gwede can't figure out, but he knew me as far back as the NUM. You know, he used to meet me then
okay.
Now ngokufuna lapha wena operator now he joked I mean he's so
he remembers you as an operator.
As an operator,
yes. He was also
he was also besebenza stores.
Okay.
Then what day you are talking about a revolution now. Once you bringing this concept, I'm going to run with this thing.
Yeah.
He immediately then phoned Pravin Gordhan, who is a public enterprise minister. Pravin, I'm coming with this thing. I want Eskom then to give then these people a coal supply.
Done.
You know, 10-year CSA.
Imagine, 1 second, we replicated that every chance we got in the country. Imagine that.
But the problem that you are, and I'm saying then this then to my book, and I'm going to say it even now. The biggest problem, okay, let me wrap it up then on this one.
Fine, yeah.
Now, remind me so that I don't forget about then this black mindset.
Exactly.
Now, Gwede was nikeza a license. Given when? The 1st of May. Quite what I'm tired of this thing. Workers will celebrate the 1st of May against beaches, but I'm not going to do something different. Give then the miners a license then to mine.
Workers' Day.
Workers' Day.
Yeah.
You know? Apa, uslungiselele then that we must get then the CSA. Eskom was not given then any coal supply agreement. It was only us.
Wait a minute.
Now today we're sitting then with a 10-year CSA with Eskom worth 13 billion.
Justice.
The real empowerment.
Yes.
You know, I felt that now I cannot live then the story, then I need to write a book. Now,
this has never happened.
I said, now this is a real transformation. I became then the first board chairperson of that mine, run then by the workers. So we agreed with Eskom that it's going to be rotational, then the chairmanship, 2 years.
Okay.
So now 2 years, then chairabona, then next year is coming back to us.
Oh, by the workers.
The workers.
Chair, and then it comes back, and then...
Yes, chair.
Wow.
Yeah, chair is the workers, and we are chair of Eskom.
Is there cooperation?
It's a discussion then for another day. But all I can say, it goes back then to the same story. Blacks are united in poverty, divided in wealth.
Ooh.
You see? Now, we invite, come here, I'll figure out, then figure now then to bully us. You know, that's why I had to delay then my book, because I felt that it is important that I must tell them the story.
Yeah.
Because of now, we invited then these fellows here, you know, on trust.
And manje mabangenile.
They figure out now, then they are showing us then flames, you know. Then they want to steal. No, not those workers.
Yes.
I'm talking about the West Coast.
Oh yeah, the 50%.
50%.
Yes.
The workers are fine.
Yeah.
We're united.
Ngapa.
Yeah, we're united. We don't have a problem on this side. Yeah, man. But the problem now are these fellows now using then their muscle and together then with their experience. Then they want them to push us out.
Sure.
It's where now we told them, we're like Arabs in Arnold. We will die here. You see,
you better bury us underground.
Bury us then underground. We'll never leave this transaction. We started, we invited you. You don't come and bully us here. That's why I become so they are the darkies. They are the darkies. They are the darkies. That is so painful.
Yeah.
I think a transaction that would change then the entire lives of a black child. You see?
Many families.
Many families, and also then many minds, if not then they were to provide leaders. I remember I said then to one of the chairman of theirs, I said, Mxolisi, if I was you, I was going to make sure that this thing is a success so that anyone then who thinks of this similar transaction,
call you.
Yes. But guess what you do? You're becoming greedy.
Yeah.
And then now you want them to take
everything.
You want everything. Said, no, this pie is too big. Let's share it. You know, we can't agree. And guess what? During then that space, Umkocha is arriving in the mine on the day of handing over officially over then the mine.
Uniga maki.
If it was not because of that man, I cried. I literally cried. If it was not because of that man, I was not going to give you then this mine. This man then, during then the dark days, you know, when we were called names then by entire South Africa, that Tina Sklosha Bantu, this man then was...
He saved
us.
The moment.
And then he even said, you know, I used then to have then this thing, what you call anger then at you when you were still leading then the union. I didn't know that you were a man of principle. Now, I then develop a strategy then to say, Bala News Hotel, when the dust has settled, then the principle will shine.
Yeah.
I always then believe in that thing, that I will stand then for the principle, you know. And if I believe on something, that's why I said earlier on, if I believe on something,
you will.
I stand then for it. Yeah. Now, that is why then I had to delay then this book.
The book,
so that I can incorporate all of these difficulties.
Even the challenges that you're facing.
Challenges that we are facing.
And is this the first 2 years of the 50 running the mine, so to speak, as chairs?
Yes.
And now they're showing you flames, as young people say.
You know?
Yeah.
They're showing us flames.
Wow.
You know, I said, no, you don't do then this thing. You don't do then this thing. It's wrong. It's unethical. It's demon. It's phallus.
It's work of the devil.
Yeah, you can't. We call it in Xhosa ngondo gqwirha. You see, you don't do then this thing. Let's work together then on this thing. You know, but you don't when you are here now. Then you want them to bully us. You know,
because the gift from Exaro, and I call it a gift because that's really what it is. It's not only to you, it's also to them.
Yes.
And Bona, they were invited. We
came with the assets then, by that time as our assets then was worth about close to 300 million.
Yeah.
We made them then pay about 100 million.
Almost nothing.
Almost nothing.
Yes.
You know, then they got that mine. It's a 13 billion asset as we speak now. You know, so then that is why I said, no, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. We blacks, that is a message that I want to. United and in poverty. Once then we start putting something here. See, that's why you see then even in the ANC as we speak now, they are fighting. You know, and iyahamba lento uyakani silibele kulwa sodwa uyakani iyahamba lento
train le soyiphathe Cape Town
iyahamba lento.
Yeah.
So that is how then I manage, you know, and I told then these people then to say that we have a dream, and with our team, united as we are, we told ourselves that we're going to continue with this thing, and then we wanted them to be the Anglos of this world. We want to be the Exaros of this world.
Exactly.
If we're united, then working in this, and I view then this thing as a training, you know, because now ubetega, you see, because of now, it's not easy.
No.
You know, it's not easy. Sometimes, you know, I was saying this, and someone then tend not to believe me. I sleep about 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, go 2, 2:30 to 3.
Your day starts again.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about 3.
Yeah.
About 5. Then developing then strategies then for the following day. Plan, you know. And one most important thing that Balene then taught me, always then continue then mentioning then is, he said to me, if you've got nothing to say
nothing. Yeah.
You know, make sure that now if you open your mouth, and no Paris, may his soul rest in peace, he used to tell me, what day, Chief, when you're about to talk, people then are interested, what is it that you're going to say?
Yeah.
Don't say if you've got nothing to say, because of people then will be disappointed.
That's
you
true.
know, because of now then there was, they said to me, then you've got then this thing, the voice when you want to talk, you know, so it draws then the attention then to the people. So that is the story. That is a story that we've made, and we're working. And
you're facing challenges.
Facing challenges with my CEO, Ubuntle Apane. Then they came and then they had to suspend Ubuntle, then Ubuntle from the workers.
Yeah.
And now she's busy in Harvard now University then to get her MBA. You know, is the brain.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got Paul, and then again, then thanks then to that team, that fascinating team. You know,
the first 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oyi-1 ke ndiyalibala. Oyi-1. Njengoba sithe singahambi madoda. Abayi oyi-1 uTebuko wathi uyayehlala ngqondo masimnikeze imali yakhe. Samnikeza imali yakhe wahamba.
Waphuma.
Yabona.
Did you ever understand why?
What no.
He said
no, it's not going to work.
Is it right at the beginning?
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Then the others, then they decided then to go and look for employment, but unfortunately we've already shared, given them our shares.
Yeah.
So now we're not gonna then take then the shares. So we're left 5, which is myself, then Paul as a chair, myself as a stakeholder engagement director, then ibe ngubunhla phana engineering, ibe nguvukani Thole and Popiranda. Sasala ke then by 5, yaba abanye by 3, then bahamba sebenza but ke ngoba phela babuya kwakhona. I said no, it's fine, let's work together because of we do not want them to be greedy. I said no, let's work together because of this is a very good pick. So we're working well.
Yeah.
Now when we differ, you know, we differ then different njengabantu bonke.
Of course.
We allow then this festival of opinions.
Of course.
You put your opinion. Now we stand at 10. Here I am.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Education is a supplement to a God-given brain.
Yeah.
Not all educated people are smart.
Of course.
Not all uneducated people are stupid.
That's it.
What is so important is to think. A wise man will take then the educated people. What you need to provide is to manage them. That is what I've told
Even
myself.
He's not educated.
Yeah.
He'll organize them.
As long as now you can manage then these people.
Yeah.
You know, I normally tell these people that go and make then this class. You know, don't ask me how.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes.
But when you bring it, no, it's not it.
It's the wrong one.
You know, What I told myself when we're negotiating, the most important thing is to listen. You know?
Yeah.
Then they would put numbers there, do that. I shangal.
Here's the food.
Yeah, can pin any as a walk on. Iyo le iyo.
Yeah.
Iyo le. Yeah. It's like, for instance, my speeches, if I'm invited then to go and speak somewhere. I'll just tell then this lady, write a speech for me. Apala. Nah, man. Go and write again.
Yeah. Because you know what you want.
I know what I want.
Yeah.
You know, I know.
Yeah.
You know, and that is why I always then say that, you know, even my wife, when he's praying, said, no, please give my husband Solomon. Yeah. And as we speak, I've got project that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wow. When you give, the first one I did was to go kwesa sikolo ndandifunda kuso. Ndavanda bathengela uniform yesikolo.
The whole school.
The whole school.
Yeah.
Ndabathengela computer. I influence. Then when I was in the mine work capital and fund, I influenced then the service providers who Old Mutual. Old Mutual, go ebantwini bam. You know, I went to the high school and ndandifunda kwela bathengela ikiti yesikolo. All codes etilizindaba. And I went then to Mxolisi, Davula then Mxolisi Trust Fund, Education Trust Fund. Seek to identify then the best performing student and then give them bursaries. Today, I've got 5 university graduates. I've got 5 FET. I'm sponsoring schools. You know, now abantu bayafika bayacela, di-assess. Lo nyaka. When you junior secondary I invited Fabian McCarthy, my friend. Fabian.
Yeah.
Invited
the
Fabian. Soccer player.
Yeah.
Go, Fabian. These people then get inspired abantwana kabebona wena yakani. Besiyonikezela ngekiti yesikolo pha ebantwani. Yakansabaza abanikeza abantwana then ikiti yesikolo zonke izicodes.
Yeah.
Now, the last one. 2016. Ndaqala iprogram yonikeza ngengubo.
Okay.
Kumaxhewazana amadala asekuhlaleni the old age. Kulo nyaka ibikule veki kupheleyo. Yabona beneficiaries enayo bezi100. Giving blankets as 100. Yeah. Now I told amaxhewazana alandawuni kuyo bangaba never buy a blanket. I'll buy a blanket unyaka nonyaka ngoJune then dinale event of giving them amaxhewazana ezingubo. One thing that touched me. Is when my mama, when she was about to die by 2. Ubantwana bam, please wrap my coffin with that blanket that was given then by Lamdana Hoboyi.
Wow.
That is how I value. Omnye mama uchele endlini, the second one. Uchele endlini, kwasinda la ngubo kuphela. Because of la ngubo le now, le ndlu bekuwe belala kuyo, wachela kuyo but la ngubo beyibeka kwenye indlu. Yaba ayizange ichelana.
I preserve ukuthi
preserve then wambathisa coffin yakhe then was wrapped then with that. December, you know, when I'm home, then the Christmas, I tell my wife then cook then for these people and they all come and eat. You know, and then those that are drinking, I buy them alcohol. I ask abantu then ama donations. Omnye utata uthi kulento yengubo mfana kwaHoboyi. It's my first time I put a new blanket in my body. Wow. You have reclaimed then my dignity. You know? Uthi omnye mfana kwaHoboyi. Yeah. It's my first time I eat full meal with 7 colors in the Christmas.
Hey.
What
inspires that?
I always believe that doing then for the poor, that is where we're failing. And I've got a foundation.
Yeah.
Mxolisi Hoboyi Foundation. So that if all of us, we can have then this foundation, we can eradicate then the poverty. You know, if now we can all then have then this mindset. I can't go, I'm driving then this car now, you see now. What's the use of driving then this car? But I cannot do anything then for my people then in where I was born.
That's it.
I am the ambassador. When I was doing then this year, we all stood up and we prayed. You know, said, now let's pray then for Arnold Opko because of now. For me then to do all of these things is because of the work that I'm doing there. But I know I am the ambassador.
Yeah.
I'm the ambassador then of the people then of I like my place. I go home almost once in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Almost weekly.
Wow.
I go home and stay, and I've got mother, who I take care. I've got my sisters then who I take care of, So now that is why I'm saying, in order then to make sure that we eradicate then the poverty, is to work together. Government alone cannot be able then to address then this thing.
No. They can open the doors, but not
the doors. They can put good policies. But for us, I agree with the president then to say that the government alone cannot create employment, but through then the assistance of the private sector, we can do a lot. Now, abantu bakuthi then balambile. Balambile. I'm inviting abantu. Madoda, go where you're coming from. Go where your roots are. Do something then for those people. Yabona la maxawazana ndikuxela nga ndathi ngubu ungazoyithenga ingubo imalini 400 rand to 500 rand. Quality blankets, I buy them here.
They're not cheap.
My wife yama class fika pha ekuseni. Andithi abantu badala ngosebe expireile sesibachovela le caleni. Xa befika ekuseni then bafika benzela ikofu. Uyabona? Benzela ikofu bayaphunga kahle uqala le program banikwe ezingubo badle ilunch. Banikezwe ingubo. Uyabona? Uyayazi abanye ngoku ndayiqala ngo2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 ebena 7 kulo nyaka. Ngithi once wangena ngaphakathi awusaphumi. Uyabona? So ingubo usho unyaka nonyaka.
Uzothola ungabudgeta ngengubo.
Kungafake kunansi ingubo. Uyabona? So then those are some of the things that get inspire me, and leadership is very important.
What style of leadership do you? What are you an aggressive leader? Are you the kind of guy people are afraid mangen?
No. I don't do that. I don't do that. But I share jokes. I'm aggressive
when you have to.
When I have to, and if I don't like something, I tell you, yabona kamhlakazi uyamosha ke ngo. Awuzuvana nami bangaba uzaniqhubha ngalendlela, but at the same time abantu abakhoyo endlini, I've got abantu abakhoyo domestic workers that I have endlini. 2 year umnye uyapheka endlini, umnye uhamba nabantwana bami esikolweni. Then endlini kunomfana oclean eyadini, kunomnye ogada umama, kunomnye olusa inkomo. When I come, and they feel bangaba ndikhona, yakanti xa kuphela inyanga lebabhatala during the month xa ndifikile bama nayo xa ndimcelayo, yakanti ndicela undihlambele ezihlangu, ndicela undenzele le ebamba nayo
100 rand
awuhlangahlanganisa uzabona uphuma njani. So now then the people then they get motivated. So not that xa ufikayo ube ngalo ungena ingonyama, yabantu wonke umuntu uyabaleka yabantu. And as a result, endlini no one then can steal anything at home. They get told but banjwe iCovid abantu bhanze ndafa nje wena uqala kwakuthanda zilala yonke uye uNkulunkulu ngabathanda bonke shiya la ndoda le.
Wow.
No, that is
very quickly though, as we wrap up, been married for so long, what has that done for your life?
I think one of the things that is very important, umfazi uyakuqokelela, yabona, brings you can't do, you have to account, so then my wife then is playing then that role then to me, sometimes we disagree, it's normal, that you disagree with your partner, but I always make sure that now I respect my wife, I love my wife. I've got no intention or whatsoever then one day then to get divorced. So now unnikeza abantwana abathathu, I've got then the first one and I'm taller than when I was still naughty.
The one that made a big change in your life.
Yes,
the 22. They're the one who kahlelile.
Yes. So then that is the first one. So I've got this one. So I've got a man, happily married man. Then with my family, I stay with my family, with my wife, and then my wife then is working for me in the company.
Is she part of?
Part of. Sometimes I say, "Bulela," but ulela. Emsebenzini. Ale man. When akwazi emsebenzini aba di umama wala nje wena.
Wow.
Okwenza ukuxosha ke.
So you guys still have a happy, jovial
Yes.
experience in this marriage.
Yeah, no, we're happy. We're happy. I mean, it's normal, like I said. There are
Unama-challenge,
differences,
right.
but we're happy. We pray together. We pray together with my wife, hold hands.
Yeah.
That's what she have introduced. That now hold my hand and hold my hand, and then we
Let's
pray.
have the circle,
Then we
Yeah.
pray together. Now, I'm going to a function.
We are retired.
Yeah, retire.
You're retired
So
now. I know that.
retirement
Yeah.
party yake today. So I'm going there, then
Yeah.
I'm going with my wife. I'm happy.
Wow.
Happily married man.
That's a gift. You know, it's the second time in this. Actually, probably not the second time. It's a theme in this conversations that a marriage is an important pillar of success.
Yes.
But you know, the last person we have here spoke about a family structure is important if you're going to go somewhere. So you have to choose the partner right. So you've made the right decision.
I think I've made. I remember now that the first day I'm with my wife now from 2000. So it's 22 years now.
Yes. We spun a game.
Yeah, I spun a game. So the fire probation for
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
A trial with 4 years. So that now I send to assist someone.
Yes.
So we've been happy. Yes, obviously, but then sometimes we're hectic. The first 5 years, ziyabuya.
No, I'm told.
Wena ziyabuya.
Did you ever get close to?
Yeah, when we had nixabana nakashukela le. Ade ucima benilambe ekhaya yabo. So the first 5 years ziyabuya. 5 to 10 years you are sweet.
Yeah.
10 to 15 kubuya lando. Yeah, nadlula ku-15 nihambile.
Yeah.
Nihambile.
You'll reach your destination.
You'll reach your destination. Then I understand. Akayiqala ukuthi uyawaqalile. You know, sometimes my strength if you wow, I keep quiet.
You've learned your lesson.
No, I don't talk.
Yeah.
I make my point. You know,
Yeah.
And one other thing, which is very important, when abantu badla ngokuthi i-bedroom, sanuyenza i-boardroom.
Aha.
Yabona ke thina siyenza vice versa.
Yes.
We don't talk about these things abantwana bekhona phaya. Siyakhuphuka.
I see.
Erumini
Yeah.
sivalela umnyango and then we talk.
Yeah.
So angitshela kona. Once ungena umntana, hayi sivale emlonyeni. Siyathula.
Why is that important? I've seen a scenario differently, where and not that I agree with it, I actually agree with your system. I've seen a scenario where children now get to know poverty essentially. Ngoba la bakhuluma ngayo in front of the kids.
Yes.
And they get to, and now how the kids absorb that information is very different. Bakhula nayo manje lenkinga le in the family. So what have you learned from that?
You know, one other thing that I do is that if I've had a problem with you, I can't talk then in front of my kids about you. You see, I don't. You know, and also issues zalapha endlini. You know, what I make sure, and it's a tip then I'm adopting, to have peace. Play a role about that. Endlini ndithela imoto ndizithela ipetrol ngokwam. You know, grocery ndim. You know, everything. You know, once uzawuqala umonitorisha imali yomfazi bangaba iyaphi, uzobeka aba le mali uzaba nenkinga.
Because ngeke wazi ukuthi
Ufuna uya kowabo. Yabona xa kunento kowabo, iyandihleba ngoba kunento esokowabo. I go all out. You know, all out.
It'll always go.
Then ndenze and kwabo ndisathithona ngoba ngumkhwenyana umntana lapho khona and I don't mind, but all I wanted to make sure is that ikhaya lami and I've done my home beautiful. Now kowabo ngoku, then I made sure into ngabana kowabo makufana napha ekhaya.
That's it.
So why in that program now, so that angazulisokolisa kanti now ndifuna ukwenza lento ekhaya, angazube esithi mana unawuyenza lento, don't do then this thing. So then that is
ungazi why she's saying no, but the real reason is because naye this side we are short.
Yes. So then that is how then we manage then this thing. And yes, of course, osisi ke nobhuti, then they will take advantage. And but sometimes you want to have strategy now. Xa bezayo yanle.
Uyakuye.
Once bezapha kum okay ndivile yanle.
Nabo sisibakhe bakho.
Awusibam.
Ibakho. Oh, so uthi government.
Yani le. Ndiyazi ba phaya ziyebuya. Bebeyile yabona kuma ngeza azothatha 500 waphinda abuya.
That's true.
Bathi bangabuyile pha uzaba namahloni ubuyela kwakho.
Ngeke abuye.
So ifana uma ngaba ngedisho zasendlini nonto kunikile. Uba ngaba uyacela noma 2000 nakunika lo 2000. Xa ibuyisa nje angayibuyisi. That's the best way to deal with umuntu. Akana uphinda abuye.
No. Because already kunesikolo. Yeah,
kunesikolo awusifuni. Ungayibhadali yeke. Ibrother yambeleshana uthi man, let me give you your money. Mhlaza let me give you.
Ithi ngibeke la ngihambe.
Yani
uzayithatha.
Yeah, uzayithatha so that next time uyabona ngoba nisakhona uzakuwe.
I like that. He's smarter than
you. So what no le ndoda ndikunika imali yakhe.
He's smarter than
ayisebenzi like no man.
I know that strategy as well. But I think your brother is smarter than you.
No, he's smarter. No one bambi. So now no. I'm working hard. I'm gonna give you your money.
I want to go back to that small point of if we replicated what Exaro did with you 100 times, South Africa will be very different.
We'll be very far.
Tomorrow.
We'll be very far.
Yeah.
Then now, but what we must make sure that we don't fight.
When we have money now.
Yeah, when we have money. So if we're going to address then that thing or say that blacks then must not apply then this thing of unity in poverty. Yabona ngoba sibiza amandla. Sese-exile sonke, yabona.
Mamandla ngoba sinayo imali.
Besilwa. Mawungena imali lapha sesiyabona na awusuka. Yabona like for instance now, so ukhokelana ubona wena uhlulakala uzihola wena ufuna ukhokelana thina but wehlulakala uzihola. You know, there's one thing that again, nobody doesn't know if he's doing something wrong, that it is wrong what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know?
They know.
But then used to tell me that never do wrong things with confidence. You know what you are doing is wrong, but you've got a confidence. I'm doing it anyway.
Sure.
You see, if all of us then we can graduate then from that thing, we can have a better nation.
We're going far.
We can go far.
Very, very far. I think your story is incredible. You know, I listened to you. I remember when I was reading your profile, when Kuma called me, I said, that's not possible. From nothing at all.
I'm telling you.
To where you've become. Do you look at your life? What do you give credit to when you look at your life? Luck, God? I don't know. What do you give credit to?
Hard work, respect, God, honesty.
Yeah. It's what brought you here.
Yeah. You must be honest to yourself first. And then you're becoming honest then to the people that you're leading. You know, you must pray. Mining, for an example, then it's not something that you do it and then you get results now. It's a long process.
Yeah, it's like farming. It takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
So now you must invest on it, you know. So it will give you then good results. Yeah. So if now you can master then those things, and no one lazy, what we call lazy. You must think. Wake up in the morning when the brain is fresh and think. Now, abantu badla ngibona nje yabona ama WhatsApp amaninji ngidla ngasasikhathi.
Bathi lo ba
ulala nini umuntu? Yabona. Kanti lo mama ulapha ecawa kwakho. You know, nawa kama WhatsApp umphende lapha ecawa kwami ebengithumela emini.
Uthi abona mavuka kuthi oh this is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes if I transfer that money, it transfer ngo-2 ekuseni.
Yeah.
Xa ivuka uyayibona
kabi. Yeah, it's done.
So no matter then xa iqala umanejile umcedile.
Mayibona uthi ngilale ngikwatile.
Ngilale ngikwatile asiyeke le nto yabona uyayibona ibank balance ba. Hey no man, it's very impressive.
What kind of kids are you raising?
So I've got 2 boys and 2 girls. Then the first one is a girl, and then the second boy is a boy, third is a boy, and then the last one is a girl.
What are you hoping for them?
It's Lorna, the first one.
Yeah, the young one.
No,
the one. Yes, the one who is now what? Let me take a guess of her age. She's in her 20s, late 20s.
25.
Yes. Yeah.
25, 26. Owesibini nguluvuyo Visana. Owesithathu guess. Usiya phambili. Yabona? Guess who named?
Wow, really? Ubantu.
Bantu.
Oh.
He's my mentor.
Oh.
He's my friend. And I talk to him, I phone him, then always advise me. Then the last one, Ulesa Kanya. I want to raise them through then these two boys. Then the phone bafaka business. Of course, then the first one, then she's a safety officer in one of the mines in Middleburg. Then Lesakanya. Then I wanted then to be so academic. I'm hoping, I'm praying that I want a doctor here.
They must be way more educated than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Wow.
So I've got those 4, and I've the first one ngwangaphandle abayithree abantu bemtshadweni ngicedile ndivalile. I'll never have another kid.
No. It's enough.
It's enough. No.
Yeah.
4, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Yeah.
What else then do I want? I've got affidavit.
Do you think life has been good to you?
Nah, yeah, definitely. I'm a happy man. You know one thing, I don't get angry. You know, ungandikwatisa now, yeah, sometimes can't it. Okay.
Uyaqeda
Yeah.
ukwata.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's fine. No, life has been good.
Yeah.
Through God, yes, of course. I pray a lot, like I said. I think God has given me then all I wanted. So there's what else then?
What else do you want? I wish you well. Your story is fascinating, and I wish the challenges that you're facing now with the partnership. I wish they go away very soon.
No. It's gonna be fine.
Is there anywhere where there's a meeting of minds? But we see this the same way.
No, previously, unfortunately, then when we started, when kuthiwa umuntu, he never had then the same thought. So all be busy planning. So then that's what I've discovered, that now they never have then the good intentions as we had of making then this thing, as because this is a pilot project. Unfortunately, they never had then that mindset.
It's incredible.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I so wish then they can change then their mind.
I wish you well.
Just to wear it.
You're an incredible man, and
Thank you.
And give more to people.
No, thanks, man.
It's I think we get the more we give. I believe in that principle. Yeah.
Yes.
It's Mxolisi Hoboyi. Let me say it right.
Hoboyi.
Yarr, I could never get it right. Hoboyi. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Hoboyi, yes.
There we go. Good luck, man. Thank you so much.
No, thanks, my brother.
Thank
Much
you very
appreciated.
much.
Much appreciated.
Anytime.
King David Studio Podcast.